But why arose a morrow, Annie dear, upon that night of sorrow, Annie dear, far better biding lying, their bayonets defying, than live an exile sighing. Annie dear.
Don't you know yourself from the wood? Mary, any sign of that young one at all?
Marianne, where are you, Marianne?
He'll be here.
Come on.
Jacob, they'll be going.
Coming out the road, come on.
Where were you, Marianne?
Watch me
Where were you?
running out of the friends.
Where were you?
Outside the taxi.
That sister of yours, huh? She'd have you into every ditch and dyke in the parish, and the good clothes that your mother went to the bother of making for you to go away on your trip. You would have them ruined going around with that young one, huh?
Leave her alone, she's going away.
Huh? What did we do with her? Wish, Mary, do you hear a footstep on the flagstone?
They're coming, the neighbours are coming,
Oh,
they're on their way.
parish staff dead, parish staff. It's good of you to come. Yeah. Mary isn't up to much these days, you know yourself. Don't kick little Bible, and so you know yourself, all the stuff is there, and you'll be with them to manage it, won't you?
Okay.
Huh? Did you see anyone on the road?
But there's people on the road already, and I see the tinker handy hanging about outside.
The tinker, I have read him earlier in the day. He's going to make a pure show of us, Mary. What do we do with her?
All right.
Did I run you already? Get out, get out, get out! Help, help! Get out, don't come back! How are you, mate? Come in, come in. Did you see that fella, the hand is hanging around the tinker? He'll make a pure show of us. He will. You know, it's all about trouble yourself, don't you?
I do, John, I do.
How long is Mary? Gone over now?
Over 12 months.
Over 12 months. Did you get any letter?
No, John, no letter.
It's terrible, it's terrible.
Terrible.
You look after the boys for the supper drink, will you?
I mean about that.
James Kirby's brews the one under the table. That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
Kirby dropped it over to me this morning, so look after the boys and
Okay,
with
John,
that.
okay.
Don't bother with the man there on the table.
Okay,
Billy
John.
Dineen dropped that in there.
Oh, did he?
Push up that fella and put you in.
Yeah.
It's like that water.
Kill a horse.
Would kill a horse, wouldn't it? Gate. Gate, don't come back. That fella's still hanging around. What do we do with him? Huh?
Donna, the uncles are coming.
The uncles? Yeah. Me. Oh, spare me with the drink for them boys. Mary's brothers are coming. Taxi and the Ramadan. Huh? When they get the drink on them, they start singing. And sure they haven't the note in their head. Come in out the cold, Patsy. Come in. Don't be standing there. Come over near the fire for yourself.
Come on.
Oh, it's so sad to see. Oh, we're so sorry.
I know.
Oh, gosh, she'll be all right, won't she?
You think she will?
She'll meet her cousins outside and they know.
Thomas has gone out already.
Oh, poor Mary miss her.
Oh, she don't know.
Oh, so good around the house to her.
Has she no troubles herself?
Oh, sure. I hate Granny. When he gets a little drop of whiskey, he'll be fine.
Whiskey?
Oh, he'll be fine.
You never saw whiskey or an in your life. Huh?
Oh, Edmund, we're so sorry. We were always thinking about you.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Oh, look at poor Mary. Come on. Oh, come on.
Teacher and his wife are on the road. They're coming.
What? The master? Oh my God, the master's coming to this house. Ned,
Edmund, how are you? I'm so sorry. So sorry to see Marianne go.
thank you for coming.
She'll be better. I know her so much. And she picked him to work. And since you want to give up.
Oh, that's big right
And
now.
we got
How are you, Mrs.? Very good of you to come.
And you know that I gave her concertina lessons. And they were great tuition she was. And great head for music and a great ear for music. She was an extremely excellent student.
So you're good with yourself. God bless you for coming. God bless you. Excellent. Did I tell you? Go. Get!
Sheila, the old woman that rode that gate.
Oh, holy God. Why have you brought another disgrace in this house this night? Haven't we enough of trouble as it is without the likes of her coming to the house? Forgive me for my sin. God forgive me for my sin. I'll offer it up, this cross, for the safe passage of our Mary Ann, across the sea to the terrible Atlantic. Keep us safe, O Lord, in that far off land of America.
The ants, they're at the door. I'll
Mary
let them
Ann,
in.
Mary Ann, the ants are coming, my sisters. Is it good of them?
Mrs. Henry, you know, so potato there on the house.
Don't be crying.
Oh, excellent. Oh, excellent.
Don't be crying.
Oh, excellent. We had to come.
I know. Wasn't she great to come all the way from Lough Gur?
Yeah.
In this house, the whole night. I didn't tell. Would you quickly come out in that weather?
But you was a little girl going across the water.
What are we going to do it all, Edmund?
I don't know.
Oh, Mary Ann, after all the rearing in her.
Kill her mother.
Kill her.
Kill her mother.
We'll have to pray. And she'll keep doing this. She'll keep praying.
She will. This is the first we have to country I have. What can we do so that that's all here?
She has to go.
I have my own trouble.
You have, I have.
Not my own cabbage. They threw me to the road.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know better than the tinker.
Those that are going from us now will keep all Ireland in their hearts, and the tears of their mothers in their souls, and their children will remember that pain and keep it in their bosom. The day is coming, and surely will they, when Irish men and women will say, enough is enough. No longer will we walk the roads of Ireland half naked and hunger-paid. No longer will we bow down beneath a fun king's sword. No longer will we go on our hands and knees and root in the black and sodden turf for the few spots to fill our bellies. Ireland's sons and daughters in foreign lands will stand behind us, and we will drive the old enemy from our shores, and we will come from the valleys, the boughs, the desolate mountainsides, and walk free in the green and fertile fields of Erin. Sit down there and don't be making a nuisance of yourself. Sit down. He's going to the house, and Mrs. Murphy, his housekeeper. Jesus, what do we do with her?
God bless all in this house. Mrs. Loughnane, I hear how Sean hasn't been too well. I heard Mrs. Murphy was telling me he's got a bit of a knockout this past day or two.
Oh, he did.
Well, tell him I'll actually call to see him in the morning. Is that okay?
Right.
After confession. And I'll say a small prayer when we go home. to see him.
He probably lashed until dinner.
Sean, how are you? Sick cow yesterday here, Sean? Oh. Yes, well, make sure you get Shinners to have a look at him. If he doesn't get him right, nobody will.
Could you give a blessing?
I will in shot in the morning. Is that okay? Perfect. Michal, didn't see you at Mass last Sunday, Michal. Hope everything will be alright. Lovely. Hope to see you next Sunday, Michal. Eddie, how are you? Not at all, not at all. I was after having a supper. As you can imagine, Mrs. Murphy, if she doesn't be careful, I won't fit into these vestments fairly soon. And we said that we'd give a call over, just to see how things were going.
Very good, your father.
Not at all.
We might get him a little bit.
I will indeed. I will indeed. No.
I hope you don't mind me calling, but I said I'd call and wish your wee daughter the very best in her trip. Oh, he keeps me busy. He keeps me busy. Actually, he's a great help. Today he helped me make a bit of frog bread. Of course, the big thing was catching the frog, and that's where, of course, Father came in and helped me catch the frog. Now, I made it myself, by the way. I had to kill it. He didn't want to kill it, so I had to kill the frog. I had to roast it, and then I mushed it, and then I put it into a cake of bread. And do you know what they say about that? If you eat the bread on your journey, right, you get no fever. So will you give that now to your daughter and tell her put it into her bag and she's to eat it on the journey?
I will. Keep the light, is it?
And you know what now? You can keep it between us that it's frog bread. Just say it's Mrs. Murphy's special recipe.
Oh yeah, she might be nice.
Come here, Father. Tell her the story you were telling me. You know, you were telling me about the water and we coming down the road.
Oh, yes.
Tell him.
A man told me that he had heard of a man that was over in America, right? And they were saying that the country's so full of life and nourishment, and the rivers over there are so full of fish that when they got a pot of water to make some tea, they could actually taste the salad. Taste the salad. Can you imagine that? Imagine that.
Can you imagine?
And another story goes that the country is so rich that there were two boys got off the boat on the docks.
Wait for this now, wait for
They
this.
were walking along the docks and one of them saw a sovereign. And as he went down to pick it up, your man said, easy, young boy, easy. He says, there's plenty more where that came from. So can you imagine it? I go over and I say to Mary, I want indeed. Not
Mind yourself.
No, I need you to do me a favour, okay? God's help, He will look after you, but I need you to write a letter to your mum and dad, okay? Because a letter to your mum and dad will give them the strength and encouragement that they need. Will you do that for me? God bless you. Mary, and she will be fine with God's help, and I will pray to Him again this evening. Okay? Now, if you sit down and have a small little blessing.
Last night, didn't I? I opened the door and I said,
It's all right, yeah.
yeah.
All right, you're right.
You'll go down to the parlour, the master is there already. Yourself and Mrs. Murphy. You will. Hey, we'll have a little drink. Small. Thank you very much. Yeah. Will you take
Oh, that's below Peter.
He doesn't like it. And one for me, please.
Neil.
Yes, it is.
He'd look after all the life. So they think he's in the Sahara desert there, and he's drinking more of it himself. And Mary Karen is down there, and we'll give you a glass there and I'll get supper. We'll put that there.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Kennedy. Thank you.
Be good girl now, what will you say your prayers? Don't forget to send the bill. Right.
Annika, will you keep on moving that fella?
I mean, like,
You're dead to talk to fellas. If someone don't give him a soap. Mary, you're there till great of you to come. Are you frozen with the cold? You're not. Did you get a sup of tea from Neil?
No.
She goes, none of the two. There's a little drop of drink, huh?
Thank you.
What did you say? What did you say? Francie Finch's ass is outside causing an obstruction you couldn't get in. That fella Finch would leave his hairy ass anywhere. Mike, would you go out there and move Finch's hairy ass, would you? Will you have a bit of tea, Mary? You had the dinner, had you, before you came? You're sure now, because look, there's plenty later.
Oh, no.
You know, there's plenty later. Don't be shy, help yourself.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Marianne! Where's Kathleen?
She's
got off
running
around the road. Would you go up there, go down to the parlour and ask the master's wife, Mrs. Finch, to come down and sing a song for us?
Last night. The night before.
I think we'd all go down.
We won't sit down for another here. Careful here. Mrs. Murphy, I have a lovely little seat here for you, right beside the fire, keep it nice and warm. Down there for yourself. Down there, Mrs. Murphy. You sing a song for us. Are you all right, Mr. Finch?
I'm glad to smoke a job.
Smart the job. Up the yard, drop the ditch, and it's the first bush. And then I'm sure you're looking after him. Go down, sing a song for us.
The gable walls are all that are left now. The old thatched cottage is falling down. I dry my eyes as I fondly remember days of long ago when I was young. In my father's house we were poor but rich in love. No TV, but music there was plenty of. And Mama hummed her melody, and we all sang along. In my father's house, when I was young, came the day, and I am older, and my own children are reared and gone. And I wonder if they ever remember days of long ago when they were young. In my father's house, a smile would greet you at the door. A friendly word for weary travelers there was welcome for. And nighttime neighbors rumbled in and might stay till 12 or 1. In my father's house when I was young. Days have passed and times are changing, and the
all but gone, and I sometimes hear the laughter of children, just like long ago when I was young. In my father's house we were poor but rich in love. No TV, but good times there was plenty of. And we made the best of what we had and sang our happy songs. In my father's house when I was young. In my father's house when I was young.
Before I came to Lough Gur as a teacher, I spent some time back in North Kerry, where I got to know a man by the name of Dan Keane, great storyteller and poet. And I got this little poem from him, and it's called Famine Years. O Mother Ireland, still be calm, and gentle be your tears. Let peace prevail like holy balm, o'er 3 times 50 years. But Mother Ireland, don't forget, when blighted crops had failed, how Irish peasants starved to death across the country wide. O motherland, what memories, through ages long oppressed, when coffins cold and coffinless found shelter in your breast, when parents with their hungry babes from cot and farm thrown, while foreign laws rack rented land that never was their own. The corn bloomed in blaze of gold, how rich was every grain, and oh, 'twas sad the tiler's hand had sown it all in vain. By ruthless men and merchants cruel to ship from out our shore, and thousands traded dignity to seek the workhouse door. And thousands more on coffin ships sought shelter o'er the wave, but many, worn with hunger's pang, found but a deep sea grave. And many too by God's good hand a foreign home did find. They wept for you, their motherland, and loved ones left behind. O motherland, be rightly proud of maidens young and pure, but oh, what pain at pompous hands they sadly did endure, when greed and need and passion raged to trample virtue down. Be calm, dear motherland, and do not curse the crown. It's hard indeed, dear motherland, your anger to restrain, but we've survived those many years, and hope has bloomed again, and to that hope, O Holy Land, be evermore resigned, for the love of God is greater than the hate of all mankind.
Yeah, last night and the night before. Oh, tell me that man, take my money. Oh, but the Lord let it come and the you look wonderful.
That's a great relief.
All right, John.
A great relief.
A great relief. You ain't getting to the spot or anything, did you? Yeah. You're looking to smash you with a little man and you get rolling. to my sister. Sing a song.
On the first day of January 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. And the first to cross the threshold of the Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie Moore from Ireland, who was all of 15 years. Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, Isle of Freedom, Isle of Fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of hope is always on your mind. In her little bag she carried all her past and history, and her dreams for the future in the land of liberty. And courage is the passport when your old world disappears. 'Cause there's no future in the past when you are 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the isle of hope is always on your mind. When they closed down Ellis Island in 1943, 17 million people had come for sanctuary. And in springtime when I came here and I stepped onto its pier, I thought of how it must have been when you are 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the isle of hope is always on your mind. But the isle of hope is always on your mind.
Our mountain brooks were rushing, Annie dear. How sadly they have ended, Annie dear. But brighter was your blushing when first your murmurs hushing I told my love out gushing, Annie dear. But our hopes were splendid, Annie dear. How sadly they have ended, love were spoken, my poor heart was a token. Annie dear, for once when home returning, Annie dear, I found our cottage burning. Annie dear, around it were the yeomen of every ill and omen, our country's bitter foemen. Annie dear, but why arose a morrow, Annie dear, upon that night of sorrow, Annie dear, far better biding lying, their bayonets defying, than live an exile sighing. Annie dear.
The night before, two tomcats came. I opened the door and I let them in, and the two tomcats went tipping again, which is right. Hooray, hooray, hooray,
Oh, to have a little house, to own the hurricane stool and all. Heaped up sods upon the fire, the pile of turf against the wall. To have a clock with weights and chains, and pendulums swinging up and down. A dresser filled with shining delf, speckled and white and blue and brown. And I could be busy all the day, cleaning and sweeping hearth and floor, and fixing on their shelf again my white and blue and speckled store. And I could be sit lonely there at night, beside the fire and by myself, sure of a bed and loath to leave the ticking clock and shining delf. Ach, but I am weary of mist and dark, and roads with never a house nor bush, and tired I am of bog and road, and the lonesome wind and the lonesome hush. But I am praying to God on high, and I am praying him night and day, for a little house, house of my own, out of the wind and rain's way.
You're making a holy show of us here in this house. You'll have to stop, or the rest of you will have to go. Hear me now. I'll take away that now from you for on behalf.
before Tutan came knocked at the door. Tutan was killing.
Mrs. Moffat. I don't mind to sing a song for us.
I sing a song.
You don't quite.
I'm bidding farewell to the land of my youth and the homes that I love so well, and the mountains grand and my own native land. I'm bidding them all farewell. With an aching heart I'll bid them adieu, for tomorrow I sail far away. Oh, the raging foam for to seek a home on the shores of America. It's not for the want of employment I'm going, and it's not for the love of fame. That fortune's bright may shine over me and give me a glorious name. It's not for the want of employment I'm going, or the stormy and broad sea, but to seek a home for my one true love on the shores of America. And when I am bidding my last farewell, sure the tears like rain will blind. When I think of my friends and my family and the home I'm leaving behind, and if I'm to die in a foreign land and be buried so far, far away, no fond mother's tears will be shed o'er my grave on the shores of America. I'm bidding farewell to the land of my youth and the homes I love so well, and the mountains run in my own native land. I'm bidding them all farewell. With an aching heart I'm bidding adieu, for tomorrow I sail far away. Oh, the raging foam for to seek a home on the shores of America.
Beautiful, man.
On every tide by Sean Connery. One of the most striking features of the 19th century Irish immigration, distinguished from wider global migration of which it was a part, was the appearance of women as independent actors. European migration was predominantly male. 7 out of every 10 immigrants entering the United States between 1900 and 1909 were men. The female minority, moreover, came mainly as members of family groups. Immigration from Ireland initially followed much the same pattern. After 1850, however, Ireland became the only European country to send almost as many women as men across the Atlantic. The great majority as single women rather than as wives or daughters. This pattern of independent female migration was of central importance, giving Irish diaspora communities a stability they would not otherwise have had. In particular, it helps to explain why Irish rates of returned migrants were so low. There was no need to return home to find a bride from one's own ethnic background. In the case of the United States, there's also the suggestion that the typical life cycle of a female Irish immigrant, a period of domestic service followed by marriage, gave the families thus created a familiarity with American domestic culture that they would not have achieved by husbands employed in manual and semi-skilled work.
You're not going to sing it, are you? They're actually giving them the drink. They're not in their head.
What was that?
They haven't a note in their head, Mary, and they're going to make a show of us.
It saves in half an hour to cross the broad Atlantic. My friends are standing on the quay in grief and sorrow frantic, and just about to sail away on the good ship Dan O'Leary. The anchors weighed and the gangways up, I'm leaving Tipperary. So goodbye Mick and goodbye Pat, goodbye Kate and Mary. The anchors weighed and the gangways up, I'm leaving Tipperary. In the old ship bag, here I have cabbage, spuds and bacon. I didn't have to find a spare. And is your belly aching? If shipping starts to pitch and dust, I lay very quickly. I pack me bundle on me back and I walk to New York City. So goodbye Mick and goodbye Pat, goodbye Kate and Mary. The anchors weighed and the gangways up, I'm leaving Tipperary. And now the steam is rising up, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, about 3,000 miles away. So goodbye Mick and goodbye Pat, goodbye Kate and Mary. The anchors weighed and the gangways up, I'm leaving Tipperary. And now the steam is rising up, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, about 3,000 miles away. So goodbye Mick and goodbye Pat, goodbye Kate and Mary. The anchors weighed and the gangways up, I'm leaving Tipperary.
Punching was the next of the night. And them two boys advised to do wonders for good for that. Who was singing that song?
We're singing the
Outcast kid knocking at the door.
Mrs. Murphy's is better now.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you, must go and I must buy. her when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come, if all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I will be, you'll come and find that place where I am lying. You'll needn't say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear, though soft, you tread above me, and all my grave shall warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to
Any chance of a little tune from the little girl that's going abroad in the concertina? Wasn't she getting lessons from the master's wife? In the concertina.
Play the tune for your mother, don't mind him.
This is what it is.
I think she said she'd sing another song.
Our last station the night before, two Tom Captain. Open the door and listen to Tom Captain. We're not again with fun.
When you go up, play with pride.
And you made a great job.
And you know something, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Exactly.
She's very sad.
We'll kill her mother.
Of course we'll kill her mother. And you know something, we are the little Garleans and maybe they might get one too. And what do we do then? We'll be in the same boat as yourself.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Don't sing this.
The only thing is they'd be company for Romans when I was that one.
Sure, Thomas has gone over already.
He is. And the boys in mind bells.
Now, Mary Ann, you just a scrawny thing, withered and bent, your beauty away with the wind. And I have fared no better. The hunger in my belly has taken my strength, but 'tis the aching in my heart that's the hardest to bear. 45 brought the blackness, the lumbers rotted in the ground. We endured that long winter, and when the heat of the spring came, it gave us hope. Oh, to see the stalks in the lazy beds, their crowns of white flowers smiling to the sun, it gave us the promise of better days. Oh, Ishamacree, the blackness had returned. Gone was our deliverance. My Rosie was the first to go. I saw it in her eyes for weeks. And when the fever came, it made short work of her. Rosie buried in a pauper's grave. And you know, I was glad when she was gone. For what mother could stand the pain of seeing her own wee girl become a scarecrow before her very eyes? Her fine sons become walking skeletons. Did you take the soup? Did I take the soup? You're cursed if you did. I'm cursed if I did. This is a God-forsaken country, forsaken from the time of Cromwell. To Connacht or to hell, Cromwell's cry. To the end of the world we went. And now we have a living hell, dying in the bogs, the ditches, the workhouses. The curse of 1,000,000 ghosts in New Old England. You leave us starve while you rape our land of its fruits, and you feast upon its bounties. Ah, Mary Ann, your time has come. Gone are the pains of this world from you. And the stench of death is upon me too. Or is it the stench of putrefying bodies that fill my nostrils? Not even a scrawny dog left to scavenge upon these corpses. Is that you, my Rosie? And you as lovely as the day we wed? Is that our Kathleen skipping along and you having her by the hand? Is that our boys healthy and strong? 'Tis great to see 'em, Kathleen. No, Rosie, no, don't wander off and leave me. Take me with you, away from this place of hunger and misery. Do you not know me? I am your old friend. I am the roar of the storm winds thundering in from the wild Atlantic. I am the cry of the snipe and the black bog. I am the murmur of death upon old age. I am the silence of the creeping fog engulfing the valley. Yes, I am your old friend, the ghost of a million dead that lay beneath the cold, cold clay.
Has quickly ticked to the hour when the family must say goodbye to Mary Ann. So can I ask all here present to give some privacy to the Fitzgerald family in their final moments with their beloved daughter. Of all the money that e'er I had, I've spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want of till memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all.
and gentlemen, can I thank you kindly for coming here tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to extend a very, very special cake made departure to our special guests here tonight. Tom Fitzgerald and his two sons. Are the two sons with you, Tom?
One is in his daughter-in-law. His daughter-in-law. My daughter-in-law.
One of your sons. Is it Tim? Tim. And I'm going to try this. Jamelia.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
So, and for those of you that don't know the connection with the Fitzgerald family in Lough Gur, Bruff area, and in 1792, James Fitzgerald married Honora McCarthy, and they moved from a mud cabin by the shores of Lough Gur to Bruff. They had two sons, Michael and Edmund. And Michael married Eileen Wilmot, and their son Thomas immigrated to Boston. We think 1851, 1852. He married Rosanna Cox, and their son John Francis Fitzgerald, known as the Honey Fitz because of his sweet singing voice, and the theatre here is named after him, became the mayor of Boston. And as far as I know, he was the first Catholic mayor of any American city. So that was Michael's side of the family. Edmund's side of the family is Edmund married Mary Linehan. And lads, you're supposed to be getting the tea already. Yeah. Sorry about that. You don't know the job I have in these lads. So Edmund's side of the family then, Edmund married Mary Linehan. And their daughter, Mary Ann Fitzgerald, whose American way we try to reenact here tonight, emigrated to America, again, shortly after the famine. You might not have noticed, we moved it a little bit forward to 1592, just to have some little effects, because you can imagine after the famine they would have had absolutely nothing. She met Michael Hannon and married, and Michael had immigrated from Lough Gur. Their daughter, Mary Josephine Hannon, married her first cousin, John Francis Fitzgerald. They had to get a special dispensation from the Pope to marry. Their daughter, Rose Fitzgerald, married Joseph Kennedy. Their son, John F. Kennedy, became the 35th President of the United States of America. I think that deserves a round of applause.